At 83, Harrison Ford has finally chosen to break his silence on one of the most talked-about chapters of his past, his relationship with the late Carrie Fisher. For decades, fans speculated about the bond between Han Solo and Princess Leia off-screen, but Ford remained famously private. Now, with the perspective of age and a career that has stretched across 6 decades, he has decided to tell the truth, not for scandal, but for closure, respect, and love. Harrison Ford's journey began in Chicago, Illinois, where he was born on July 13, 1942. He grew up in a middle-class household, the son of Dorothy, a homemaker and former actress, and Christopher, an advertising executive. With Irish, German, and Jewish roots, Ford's upbringing was ordinary and far removed from Hollywood glamour. He wasn't an academic standout, and in fact, struggled through school. But while attending Ripon College in Wisconsin, a single drama class unlocked something in him. That unexpected spark gave Ford the courage to chase acting as a career, even though the odds were stacked against him. Moving to Los Angeles in the mid-1960s, Ford signed a contract with Columbia Pictures. The work was scarce and often disappointing. Parts, uncredited appearances, and little recognition. To provide for his young family, he worked as a carpenter, often wondering if his Hollywood dream was slipping away. Yet Ford was persistent, and that persistence paid off when he met filmmaker George Lucas. Their first collaboration came with American Graffiti in 1973, but it was their next project that would forever change Ford's life. In 1977, Ford stepped into the role of Han Solo in Star Wars: A New Hope. With his charm, quick wit, and undeniable charisma, he transformed the smuggler with a heart of gold into a cinematic icon. Almost overnight, Ford became a star. Alongside Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill, he helped create one of the most successful franchises in film history. And while audiences were captivated by the fiery chemistry between Han Solo and Princess Leia, few realized how much of that spark came naturally from Ford and Fisher themselves. Carrie Fisher was unlike anyone Harrison had ever met. Sharp, fearless, and endlessly witty, she could go toe-to-toe with him in both humor and intensity. Ford has admitted that their on-screen magic wasn't just good acting. It came from a real connection that existed between them. For years, fans whispered about what might have happened behind the scenes, and in 2016, Fisher herself revealed the truth in her memoir, The Princess Diarist. She and Ford had shared a secret affair during the filming of the first Star Wars. At the time, Ford stayed quiet, unwilling to add fuel to the gossip. But now, at 83, he has finally confirmed it. Yes, what Carrie wrote was true, Ford admitted. We were both caught up in a moment. It wasn't scandalous. It was simply real. He described their relationship as deeply human, born out of two young actors finding comfort in each other during an extraordinary, chaotic time. He made it clear it wasn't about drama or betrayal, but about connection, a brief, unexpected chapter that left a lasting impression. Ford spoke of Fisher with immense admiration. Carrie was unlike anyone I had ever met before. She was funny, sharp, and unafraid to speak her mind. I admired that about her from the very beginning. He explained that she had a rare ability to make people feel seen, and that their connection was genuine, not manufactured by scripts or direction. That truth, he believes, is why audiences believed so strongly in Han and Leia. The tenderness of his words grows heavier when he reflects on her passing in December 2016. Ford admitted the eater loss was devastating. Losing Carrie was like losing a part of the Star Wars family, but also like losing a piece of my own life. She was so much more than Princess Leia. She was a writer, a fighter, and a friend. She was complicated in the best way, and she made me laugh more than anyone else on those sets. He also confessed to regrets, that he never told her enough, how much he respected her, how much he enjoyed working with her, or how much she truly meant to him. Sometimes, he said quietly, you assume there will always be more time, and then there isn't. Even now, years after her passing, Ford continues to carry lessons from Carrie Fisher with him. She taught him that vulnerability is a strength, that humor can get you through darkness, and that honesty, even about one's flaws, can inspire others. He admired her courage in being open about her struggles with mental health and addiction at a time when few dared to do so. That took real bravery, Ford acknowledged, and it helped more people than she probably ever realized. Looking back, Ford emphasizes that his story with Fisher is not about scandal, but about love and respect. Their romance may have been brief, but their connection lasted a lifetime, woven into both their personal histories and the cultural fabric of cinema. He believes their bond bled into their characters, making Han and Leia feel authentic in a way that audiences instinctively recognized. Carrie didn't belong to me, Ford said softly. She belonged to the world, and the world was lucky to have her. With those words, he summed up both the depth of his affection and the finality of their story. Carrie Fisher isn't a confession, it's a tribute. It's a way of honoring a woman who changed his life, and a reminder to fans that sometimes stumble into extraordinary connections that stay with. Behind the myths of Hollywood are real people with real emotions who them forever. At 83, Harrison Ford's decision to finally tell the truth about Carrie